Start recording. Awesome. Everybody's good?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
Fantastic. We had a good week last week. And I am just going to pull up my notes in terms of all the things that have happened in this last week. Jessica and I have been hustling in terms of getting sponsors, and we've had some pretty cool results with getting rid of the small tables and selling the booth space for the conference. So if you might have noticed in the email that I sent out last night, Jessica's working on the Department of Agriculture. I don't know if you've made any other headway with that.
They have. We've exchanged the Happy Easters, but I did not have any professional return on their sponsorship and what they're going to do.
Okay.
So, but it is out there.
All right, cool.
I will check back with him by the end of the day or tomorrow, seeing as how it was the Easter weekend and they were busy with everything. So I'm sure I'll hear something back. If not, I will get back with him at the end of the day or tomorrow.
Okay, cool. I managed to connect with 2 financial planners who have come on board. And in talking to them, they kind of felt that there wasn't a section for any topics around finance, women and finance. And they had some programs they're trying to connect with women that are tailored just for women. And because of that, I went and created a new category. And they are going to be the leads and co-leads of that category. I'm just going to change position, get closer to my router. And one of the things that came up in terms of creating more of an opportunity for people to speak a bit longer was if anybody sponsors a $500 table, we can give them a 1-hour workshop time because in the building there's a lot of space, and we could give people and book them in for an hour to do an hour's presentation and really connect with people as opposed to just the 15 minutes. And that seemed to do the trick. I managed to get MGM. They are registered investment advisors. There was another registered investment advisor. His name is Jim Bird. And they're both interested in coming on board.
Jim's already, I've been going to a lot of networking events to try to promote Women's Economic Forum. And so Jim's already heard it from me 2 or 3 times. And then he had Get You this last weekend. And he's like, you know what, I think I need to be a part of this.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy.
And I'm going to reach out to the Polka Dots as well.
Yeah, he took me to the Women of Influence meeting on Thursday, and they organized the Polka Dots group as well. So I managed to, plug a little bit about the Women's Economic Forum there. And Deborah, one of the ladies who founded it, has been very active on Facebook this weekend, sharing about the conference, and a lot of really positive responses by people here in New Mexico and Albuquerque in particular. WSI have agreed to sponsor the water and also have a booth. Southwest Capital Bank got back to me and said they're having their board meeting today to make a decision on how much they could give us. The Grenada investors have agreed to sponsor the venue for Grenada, and I persuaded them to sponsor the bags that we need for both conferences. So I'm going to try and hear back today, but then that will mean that the bags are done. And there is a women's sewing cooperative called Southwest Creations who I'm talking to as well and seeing about making the bags at almost 25 cents a bag. That's not including us getting the logo screen printed on the actual bags as well. So it looks like bags are underway. And then you all met Teresa last week. She was on the call, and we created a couple of sections all around veterans. And yeah, she is a mover and a shaker. She's also been sharing and talking to people about what she's, coming to New Mexico. Now, one of the things that I learned from her was just the power of each and every one of us using social media to get the word out. We're going to start a Facebook campaign. Cynthia, you and I need to catch up perhaps after this if you're free. Or
that sounds good. I have to, as soon as we're done with the call, I have to walk my dogs and then I'll be back and free.
Okay, good. Then we can talk about what's been done in terms of the social media platforms. So we're communicating the same message and getting it out at the same time and using all of these platforms.
And I would like to have everybody to, if they're sharing anything or doing anything, to make sure they copy you and or me, just so then we can begin to share their tweets. And we should all be, one thing I advise is that we all share each other's social media where we can be sharing. So we can make sure like we're following each other on Twitter and those kinds of things and Facebook.
Yes. One of the things that, does anybody know how to send a file through Zoom? I know how to chat. One of the things that Teresa did that I would love to share with you, I don't see anywhere where I can attach a file. Anybody ever shared a file through Zoom?
No, I have.
Okay, let me do this. Let me share my screen. I would love you guys to see what Teresa did.
On the bottom, if you hit, there should be a button that says share. If you touch share, it'll ask you if you want to share a photo, a document, Dropbox, Google Drive, web.
Ah, okay. Let me see. I'm just now trying to get back. Okay, let's see. Stop. What I was trying to do. That's interesting because when I press share, it will allow me to share screen.
Are you on your phone or on your computer?
I'm on my computer.
I'm on my phone. I don't know how to do it on the computer, but just when I hit share, that's the option it gives me on my phone.
Okay, let me, I'll just go into my desktop. So what she did is she asked me for the logo, and she asked me for if it was okay for her to use the logo and create a post on Facebook with the logo. One of the things I did forget was to give her the hashtag. So Teresa, where is she? If we could all do something like this, and please, everybody register. The categories are filling up fast. I think we had about 15 new applicants this weekend. And if you don't have time to go in and register, just email me your bio and let me help you by doing it. So this is what she did.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
And then just underneath, she wrote a little blurb saying, I'm really happy to announce that I've been chosen to be a lead speaker at the Women's Economic Forum in New Mexico in May. She's got the dates. And then she's also got the website. So I think if we all did something like this, it would really help us. Oh, there she is. Hey, just sharing what you've been doing on social media. Can you hear me? If you can, your mic is muted. Teresa Jackson, can you hear me?
Her mic's still muted.
Yeah, and I can't seem to unmute her.
If
Teresa?
Teresa, if you move your mouse over your screen, on the bottom left is the microphone.
I was just sharing with everybody
There
what
she is.
you've been up to. Can you hear me? Teresa? Let's see if I chat. Because I would love her to just share the feedback she's had. Please say something.
Hey,
Okay. Now we can hear you. That's just awesome. I was just saying, just give people feedback in terms of the reaction and response you've had when you posted on Facebook that you were coming. Now we can't hear you, Teresa. So if you can hear me, something is muting you out. Now her picture's gone. Okay, so who's on laptop? I can see someone on laptop, but we don't have a name.
This is Cynthia. I'm on laptop. I was just trying to view. So I've got laptop with no sound on my laptop and my phone.
Ah, okay. So you're both on your phone and on your laptop.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Me?
Say that again?
Can you see me? Am I?
We can't see you. It just
Okay.
says laptop.
Probably good. It's too early in the morning.
I think your video is off.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go see if I can share screen. Now, what would I click here? I've never done the video.
There would be a little icon at the bottom of the screen. If you hover the mouse at the bottom of the screen,
Uh-huh.
can you see that?
I just see join audio, invite participants, share screen. I don't know if that's going to do it.
Click join audio. That will probably bring you in. Then you
Oh, okay.
can switch on your camera.
Okay. I just see share screen, invite participants, share screen, record. That's all I'm seeing, and chat. Huh.
So the far left-hand corner, there isn't an option for you to.
Yeah, I just see it. Okay. Join, done. Okay. Computer, audio, phone call.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll just complete my little list of things achieved. We got a box, 2 boxes of books from a lady by the name of Carrie Carbano. I'm not sure how she heard about the conference. I think she responded to one of my Facebook posts that I posted earlier this year. And she can't make it, but she has donated 2 boxes. So we have 80 books that we can give away, which is just awesome. Now, those 80 books, I started thinking about another young man who has a book here in Albuquerque, who I've been trying to help and promote. He is a quadriplegic, but just has the most inspiring story. And I've invited him to be one of the speakers at our closing event, because meeting Mark Antony really sobers you up in terms of what you can and cannot do. This kid is amazing. And I want to try and see if his mentor could sponsor the printing of copies of his book as well, so that every participant gets a copy of the book. And if they want to donate or contribute to his cause, people can do that. So that was the other thing I was thinking in terms of how else we can help someone in the community who's trying to get on their feet. I see a 301 number. Teresa, is that you again? Because if it's you, we can't see you.
that's me.
Okay, now your
It's me.
video has gone off. You want to try and turn on your video?
Okay. Let me see here.
Okay, excellent. So now we've got you both on video. So I think, Cynthia, that's what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it may be conflicted because I'm on, the system shows that I'm on my phone, so it may not want to let me be in both ways.
Okay, well, at least we can hear you. So Teresa, I was just saying, can you just give people a background as to the stuff we've talked about over the last 4 days and the category we created for veterans and how that's going, the response you've been
Oh, yeah.
getting.
Oh, it's been a whirlwind since you and I spoke last week and thought how we could incorporate the veterans into the WEF forum. So we created 2 categories. The first one we thought of was At Peace, Not in Pieces, Surviving Trauma. And I came up with that title because that is the title of my book, and it talks about my journey with post-traumatic stress and how I actually dealt with my challenges. And I know that a lot of veterans also deal with those similar challenges, if not the same challenges. And so I really wanted to draw in the military community with the title of my book, as well as the trauma piece. And I've gotten a large outcry of people wanting to participate, and they're signing up to be speakers. But Gertrude and I decided that we don't want to lump all the military into one of those categories. So I'm encouraging them to actually sign up for other speaking opportunities as well. And then Gertrude was like, okay, we've got this influx of people coming in from the military community. Why don't we open up another category? So we opened up the Crossroads category, which is about how to transition from the pitfalls of your life, not just from a military perspective, but just the highs and lows of life, and being able to transition from a little event to something that's huge, that's impacting your life, from homelessness, unemployment, or whatever. And so I've gotten a large number of people wanting to participate in those as well. So, I'm hoping it continues. I keep looking at my phone, and there's people on my Facebook page that are wanting to participate, as well as asking about the other conferences across the world. And so I hope it continues, Gertrude. We have the highs and lows, and right now I think we're at a high, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I also attended a meeting that Samia organized at the Albuquerque Peace and Justice Office the other day. And I met with 2 veterans, Chris and his friend. There was an elderly gentleman, Samia, you'll know their names. But I ended up talking with them on my way out of the building and inviting them. They belong to an organization called Veterans for Peace.
Yeah.
And in doing a bit of research about them, we found a whole database of Veteran for Peace officers throughout the United States. So Sarita is going to reach out to that group of people as well and see how we can engage them. I also reached out to the business school here in Albuquerque. There is a professor at UNM. His name is Stacy Stacko. A lot of people know him. He is just the eternal networker. And Stacy's emailed me a couple of documents on things to do to promote your event or your conference. And what I'm going to do is this week break up a few of the to-dos that are on that list with the group so that we can each take a section and get out there. He also sent me a database of all of the women's organizations in New Mexico. And again, I'm just going to break up that list. I'll email you a section of the list, and please just go out and contact these organizations so that we're not just relying on one person to do all the work. They gave us a comprehensive list of very, very viable contacts with names, with emails. So one of the things we all need to do is to share the press release. It has got the link of where people can go and register. Remember to tell people that they're not only registering, but they can come for free if they're a speaker, and they can, promote someone else. I also was given the contact details of a charter school here in Albuquerque that specializes in film. And I've been talking to the principal of that school, and they want their kids to get experience. So I'm negotiating to get 6 of their kids come in and be in each of the rooms where we're speaking and record everything And then we'll get the videos edited for a fee, so people can get a copy of their recordings and use those for their marketing and promoting material, but just sharing the experience they've had here in Albuquerque. So that's all going to happen this week. So I can secure young people to come in and record every single person speaking. And then that's another product we can sell. We have to decide on a price point. I'm going to be finding out how much they want to be paid per hour and just work out a package so that we can record everything for everybody. So that was some of the to-do things that came up this week. Decision on the place we're having the cocktail party. It will definitely be at the Canyon Club. What we have taken off, the quote that they gave us was the lunch. That is now off the list, and they had agreed to sponsor us at $2,500, but I'm not sure how much that's going to be now that we've taken off the lunch that was pushing our bill to about $15,000. So I'm having a conversation with them this week. Hopefully I'll have that answer by Wednesday.
Why did we take out the lunch?
We decided that we'll have the lunch at Mesa de Sol instead of the Canyon Club. One, it was expensive. Two, we have to transport people back and forth. So we're just going to stick to one venue. Well, we've already got two venues.
Yes.
Albuquerque, as I said, has given us a theater for the opening and the closing session. And then everything else will just happen at Mesa de Sol. The shuttle company did get in touch with me, and they like the idea that they're just picking up people and dropping them off and then coming back to pick people up at the end of the day. Because it gets really complicated. If they have to stay there the whole day, they'll be charging us per hour. I really don't think it's necessary for us to have the shuttle bus just sitting at Mesa de Sol and going back and forth during the day. People have come for the conference, so if anybody wants to leave early, they have to leave at their own cost. For those people from out of state, please book in at the hotel. Our pickup rate at the hotel's bookings is very low, and we are relying on us getting a rebate if we get 200 people to book at the hotel as well. So they have given us a really good rate. So if you haven't booked, please get hold of the hotel on the link that is on the website. And Sharissa, I know you had asked if there was a further discount that can be given to veterans. They came back with a no. They can't go any lower than what they've already given us.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop talking. If anything else pops up that I think of that I haven't covered, I will jump back in.
On that hotel block, I believe it was by April 30th for the same rate. Is there, can we, I think Rachel was in charge of that. Can we reach out to them and see if they can extend that a little bit longer? They may not want to, but just because we're not having so many people book, can they extend that date out and just utilize the fact that we have that, the annual conference or some kind of going on to extend that date so we could get more people booking?
Yes, yeah, Rachel is going to do that. She's going to reach out and see if we can get that extended.
I'm sorry, what's the rate again?
It's 119, I think.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah,
right.
It's 119. And one of the things that I have also done is Donna had offered to connect and help with the speakers. The India office has been really good in following up with people once they've registered. We did have a few people who struggled to register, but when I went on, I seem to have managed to get people registered. Sharissa, I think yours went through as well. So if you hear anybody who's struggling to register, just ask them to email me their bio and a photograph and the topics they want to talk in, and I will get them registered. I think the confusion comes in when you make the choice of which areas you want to speak. It seems to block but I've managed to register 3 or 4 people who are struggling this weekend.
Gertrude, on that, I did get an email from someone from India that said the 2 topics that you tried to register me in, I have to submit another form. So do you want me to submit that form, or has it already been taken care of?
No, go ahead and do it. If they've contacted you, because I used your email, so all communication will be with you, not with me.
Okay.
Awesome. And then we are going to have our in-person meeting again this week, and we're going to have it at the Canyon Club this time. One, so that everybody can see the space where we're having the cocktail party. We are also, I'm trying to sort out the website for payments. Something has gone wrong with the PayPal buttons. People said that they can't seem to pay online. So I'm having a look at that this morning. The drums, we need to order the drums if you want to take part in the drumming ceremony at the end. And I've created a video welcoming people who have registered as speakers, letting them know why we are booking them into that hotel, to what they should do going forwards, how they can enroll other people on our behalf. And I'll send you out that little short introductory video as well, in case you have somebody who asks and says, look, what is this thing about? I've kind of gone into detail in terms of information about the Women's Economic Forum, what it is, and why we're bringing it to New Mexico. Goodie bags. Anybody else have anything else to add to the bags?
I sent another request to Harrow, just hoping that maybe I would get something sooner, but it's still saying that they don't put the request out until 2 to 7 days before the actual deadline. So, and I moved the deadline, so hopefully we'll have something sooner coming up. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, did you hear me?
I heard you. Yeah, I think everyone else did. I think Gertrude froze again. Oh, well, Gertrude, your microphone's off.
Yeah, no, I could hear that. I was trying to switch off an alarm that was going off in the bedroom. Yeah, so no, I heard that, Tiffany. Thank you. Just keep pursuing that. And yeah, anyone else you can think of, other things we can put in these goodie bags. Let's just keep collecting stuff. Bags.
We need to
start.
start.
You got an idea? I'm going to reach out to a couple of authors that I know and see if maybe they can get some books sponsored in there. So
yeah, we've already got 80 from this lady in California. So I think books are a nice little giveaway that we can put in the bags as well as the marketing material.
One thing is, whatever we're getting for goodie bags, we need to probably think about if we have extra or we seem like we have a lot and we don't have anything for Grenada, then we have to consider Grenada as well, what we're going to do there and getting materials shipped there. And then the other thing is that we need to start working on whatever pamphlets we're going to place in there. It does take time to turn those around. I know you said you wanted to put one in with the speakers, all the directions, the maps. So all of those things, that's not necessarily my forte about the graphic art kind of stuff. But I just wanted to make that note because we only have a few weeks we don't have much time prior to. So if we need to start compiling that. So the medical emergency, which I said I would help work on for the pamphlet, as far as be aware of drinking higher altitude, make sure you drink a lot of water for altitude sickness, those kinds of issues. And then Visitors Bureau, I'm contacting them this week to try to see what the Albuquerque Visitors Bureau has that they can offer as well to our goodie item bag, whatever pamphlets. But all those other kinds of items, we need to start doing the layouts.
There's also like Santa Fe and New Mexico, you find those great magazines. So that might be something really good to include in the goodie bag. Like at the airport, you can go get free pamphlets and New Mexico magazines.
And if we wanted the kind of quantities we need, Cynthia, do you know if there is an office we could contact?
Probably I would contact the Tourist Bureau and see if they've got magazines, because I see them all over the place.
You were going to say something, Jessica?
No, I was agreeing. I said, yeah, that's the Visitors Bureau. They have those kinds of, that's where they place them out. So I was agreeing with Cynthia. The only thing is if we're trying to go green, I know a lot of people are coming and then they leave to go to the next conference, come and leave. So how much do we put in the bag? Oh, a great idea. You said you're getting the USBs, correct?
Yes.
And they're going to put the videos on there. We can also put, since we're trying to stay green, we could try to say, utilize your USB, check out all the info. But not everyone's bringing a computer, so therefore that's why we want to probably put like the pertinent information on print. But other announcements or other things, we could utilize the USB to like save info on there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But people do like to flip through. If the magazines are there and they're free.
No, those magazines are great. I just thought about like info that you might want to be putting on a USB as well.
Yeah, I'm just cognitive of time. Who's going to do that? Because the university have already got their video loaded on the USB. But if somebody can volunteer to copy stuff on, that's again where we need to start building our volunteer database. At the Justice and Peace office, Samia, I talked to a few of the ladies who were there, and 2 or 3 offered to come and volunteer. Is it possible for you to share something? If you guys have a newsletter or somewhere where we can ask for volunteers?
Yes, we can. We have also an announcement on KUN. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We also have a radio announcement on KUNM. Every week we can announce that you're looking for volunteers. We have a good list of volunteers.
That would be awesome. I think that would be really useful. We need to do that sooner rather than later so we know who we have on the ground for the conference.
Okay. Probably just need a statement of what we are and what we need exactly.
You can use the press release.
Sure.
And give them the dates. We're looking for 45 hours a day, volunteer time. If we had someone who came in the morning and went away and wanted to attend in the afternoon, that's one way that we can reward our volunteers. If they gave us 4 hours, I think that would be sufficient. And then we can swap them out. Yeah. Is there anything else, guys, that I might have missed out?
I wanted to ask quickly about the 1-hour workshop. How many spots do we have for that?
So I need to go back to the map. We have blocked off 6 rooms that are being used for the breakout sessions. But I think we've got about another 5 or 6 that seat 30 to 40 people. So we do have a lot of space.
Okay.
We have a lot of space. I just need to pin Rachel down because she has the map and see where we can fit people in and just give them an hour so people just come in and out every hour in different rooms.
I think it would be great from our perspective to come up with what we think the topics would be really, like social media would be a great topic, those kinds of things. So I think that if we kind of do that, then we can focus on who we're going to go after to sponsor and be a 1-hour presenter.
I like that. So if you guys could email me potential topics for breakout sessions. One of them, Teresa, is the film guy. So she mentioned that there is a filmmaker who's made it's a documentary, right, on PTSD?
Oh, actually, it's a movie. It's called, oh Lord, you put me on the spot.
Oh, Lord.
Now we're getting an
A
echo.
sense of purpose, fighting
Your
for
life.
your life.
And
And
it
it
talks
talks about
about
a couple of veterans who came back from war
and
and
actually
actually had PTSD and military sexual trauma. Her name is Jillian Bullock. She reached out to me on Thursday when I put the post on Facebook and showed interest.
So if
So
you
if you guys wanted her to introduce the movie, talk about the movie, she wanted to see if there's a fit there for the conference and what she's done. The movie is hopefully going to the festivals here this year. And I had the pleasure of working with her for a little bit, and it's a great film, and I think it's going to be one that people are going to be like, wow, I didn't even know that type of stuff existed in the military. So it's going to have a huge impact.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to mute your mic on your computer because now we're hearing double you.
Okay, hold up. All right, here we go.
That's better. Okay, so that's potentially, the kind of people who can come. I don't know how long the film is. So do find out.
Well, I mean, I know she has a trailer. So even if they were to showcase the trailer, I think that would give some insight to her mission and what she's doing out here as far as the movie is concerned. My target this week, just so you and the team know, is to try and network with Kirkland Air Force Base. I have some contacts there. So I'm hoping to get them engaged and see if they will participate in the conference as well, and just get some momentum on that base to get some people out to the forum.
If you could do us a favor while you're talking to Kirkland, apparently volunteers, a lot of the staff have spouses, women who have kids who are in school or at home, itching to do something, who give of their time. I was given the name and the number of a guy who's supposed to coordinate that. I've called, I've left messages, they haven't got back to me. If you could find out, Sharissa, that would be really good. We could get some volunteers from there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we are going to meet in person at the Canyon Club this week. Check out the space, get a feel of what it's going to be like on the night for the event. I've had one person drop out of the group who wasn't always on our calls, but she was listening in and participating remotely, and she was supposed to organize a flamenco group to come and dance at the opening cocktail. She did say that she'll try and pursue it. Anyway, so I'm going to try and catch up with Patricia and see if that's still possible. But I was looking for a dance group that could come and perform flamenco at the cocktail party. So if anybody out there knows of a group, let me know. If Patricia doesn't come through, then we need to think about what to do there.
Hey, Gertrude, is the website for WEF New Mexico?
Say that again?
Is there a website for WEF New Mexico?
No, they want to control everything in India, so we don't have a separate website. Everything is just directed to that page.
Here, I'll send the link again. Here's the link. This is directly to New Mexico, but it's off their main website.
Oh, it is? Okay, sounds good.
So Cynthia and I are going to connect, and we will talk about the online marketing promoting plan and how we're going to attack that, and then we'll email that plan to everybody so that we can all
The
do
template,
something towards marketing.
the sponsorship template that you resent out does not have the 500 in it. I was copying it from the email and pasting it into the sponsorship letter. But now, will you just kind of refix that and send that back out to everyone where that's in, but with the new part that you said about the workshop, so that we're all sending out the same thing? because I was typing in the part about the workshop. Can you send that back out to everyone so that we all have the same thing, and then hopefully we can all get that out more and promote it. It's been easier to sell tables than to get the corporate sponsors, I think, so far.
Yeah, at this stage, I think even individuals who have a small business are pretty willing to put some money in to get exposure to the group of women we have. Yeah, I really think that if we can sell 20 tables at 500 each, we will be able to cover our main costs. So I'll send that out again. I have updated it. What else? Is there anything else, ladies? Or do you feel
If
like
someone has a book, is there a way for them to market their books?
Yes, so we have said that people can send 100 copies of their book in advance, and we will put the books in the bookstore. So definitely, yes. We will take 20%. We'll get someone to man the bookstore, and whatever proceeds come from the sales, we will take 20%.
Okay, it's going to be 20 then for sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sending out the sponsorship template letter now before I forget. I'm also sending out the list of things to do to promote your business from UNM. There's a lot of really interesting links. Local magazines. Does anybody know how we could get into one of these free little journals?
I'll call the publisher of Spiritual Awakenings. I know her. Wait, what did I just call it? Wait, is that the name of the magazine? It's Natural Awakenings, sorry. Natural Awakenings, but it is a lot of those ones that are free. Actually, you pay to be in the issue. And so I will see if it's something that they might want to cover an in-kind thing. So usually when I know that when they do some kind of free coverage, then you kind of do have an in-kind swap with a booth at the event or something. So I think it's kind of it depends. If you want, it just depends on what the majority of everyone says. If you want me to reach out with her, do you want me to put her in contact to you? Does everyone okay with having to make an in-kind swap depending on what she can offer?
Yeah, the one thing we're coming up against now is editorial deadlines. A lot of times those magazines have their stuff already set out a year ahead. So we may be moving up too close, in terms of getting coverage and getting in the publication. So that's something to be aware of.
Right now, we probably wouldn't do anything except for the May, and I don't know if it's going to be valuable enough to be in the May publication.
Right.
So we're looking at the month of May, but I can talk to her and see her ideas on it and what she thinks the validity are. It's the Natural Awakenings, and that goes out to North and Central New Mexico, which is this area. So, I don't know everyone's thoughts on that, but that's the only one I really know of a personal connection that we can do something. I don't know if anyone else knows of anyone.
I just often wondered because those free publications.
I'm sorry.
I've often wondered because there's a lot of those free publications around in cafes and in different places. How can we get into one of those? I'll probably just go and pick up a whole bunch and see who the editors are.
Well, I know that one personally, so
okay,
that's the only one that I know of. But I know that that's Natural Awakenings. But then there's the Alibi, and in Santa Fe, it's called the Reporter.
The Alibi was the one that I was thinking of the most. I'll pick one up and see who's editing
So
that.
you would probably want to do the alibi, and you'd want the comparable to the alibi is the reporter in Santa Fe. And so you want to try to get both of them on board and maybe spin it as like, this is great community, because reporters really into that. And the Santa Fe group is the group that has money. You have the business, you have everything else as well. And they're really where they want to be involved in things as well. So my suggestion is if you're going to send press release or a nice cover letter to go along with a press release, don't waste your time just on one. You may as well send it out to both right away.
Okay, so if you can attack the one that you have a contact with, that'll be good.
I will do that one.
And so the last thing that I want everybody just to remember is please bring in some sponsors. We've now created this sponsorship category that's pretty easy to sell. So please go out there, hustle, bring us some sponsors. The rooms that we are not using for the breakout sessions, for example, is just additional space for us to put sponsors within the building. Because when we did that audit, Jessica, when we went to Mesa de Sol, we counted spaces that were in corridors. We didn't think about using the rooms that we're not using for speaking. So that just opens up a lot of space for a hell of a lot more sponsors to come on board. So if there is nothing else, we can call this meeting to an end unless anybody's got anything else to add, to say. And I'll send out the recording of this meeting. I will also send you the new sponsorship package and information that came from UNM. I will allocate to each of you maybe 10 to 15 organizations you need to contact between now and our next meeting, please. Women's organizations, and a letter for us asking them to help us with marketing and promoting the event. So thank you for your continued support. Yeah, this month is going very, very, very fast.
Super fast. In there, will you put about the drums?
Yes.
So we could get the drums ordered. Maybe in that letter that you're going to put out there, so that we could say about the closing with a tribal rhythm and purchase your drums prior to. That might be a selling point as well. It motivates people to get excited about something of the sorts.
Yeah.
And we need to sell those.
That's all in the little video that I've already recorded, you know, welcoming delegates and participants. So I'll flick that out to you. Perfect. As well. So let's go out and hustle, ladies. Recruit people to attend, recruit people to be speakers. You do know that we are trying to make the impossible possible, and I think we are doing a pretty good job with what we've done so far. And I think just opening up this extra 1 hour workshop space is a really good way for us to leverage of the space that we have and how we're going to use it.
And if they can't come, they can always donate to sponsor someone else who can.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a lady, I'm not sure where Catherine is coming from. She's a school teacher, and she reached out and said, you know, I'm not really sure, am I supposed to pay? And I said, no, you don't have to pay, but you could sponsor $100 to 2 students to come. So she's coming with 2 of her students. I actually need to catch up with her and find out which part of the US she's coming from. But yeah, the minute you say it, it's so obvious to people to want to contribute in that sense. Oh, and the last thing is we're still waiting on quotes for the catering. Ida is one of our members. She can never be on these meetings because she has young kids and has to get kids to school. But she's been talking to a caterer. You seem to know who that was, Jessica. I can't remember what they're called.
It was called, I forgot what it was. Like, it was something about the chef, like Stump the Chef or something, but it was like healthy food items. But they knew the owners, so they were going to reach out to them to see if they could give any kind of discount and actually promote themselves better.
Yeah, and then the other people that I'm chasing up today is Fuddruckers. They had said they could potentially come on board as a sponsor. So fingers crossed we might get Fuddruckers this week. That's another major thing I need to tick off the to-do list is our catering and food. All right, ladies, go out, take on the world. Reach out if you want to catch up with me one-on-one. I think we're tracking really well. I was really pleased when I looked at the website this morning to see how many speakers had signed up this weekend. So the momentum is on. It's on now. But yeah, we need to hustle. We need to reach out. We need to get people to sign up as speakers and as attendees. Have a fantastic week. And if you can make the meeting on Wednesday, we can Skype you in. Again, we'll put up a Zoom link and you can attend the luncheon virtually if you can't come in person.
I will be Zooming this time instead of in person because I have to travel down, take cattle to Texas.
You're going to Texas. Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a fantastic week and let's stay connected.
Will do. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cynthia, I'll talk to you.